What's up guys, Sam here. Today I'm going to be making a video about OEM Plus cosmetic mods for your W204 C63. Obviously I have a facelift 507 edition right over here, but this will apply to pre-facelift for the most part, as well as any other C63 out there that's W204. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is carbon fiber modifications. So you can see over here, I have a carbon fiber front lip from Suvneer. I'll put a link to their parts in the description below, as well as a link to my video installing this part. The nice thing about this video is a lot of the stuff we'll be talking about is stuff I've already done and made videos about, so that's kind of helpful. So yeah, we have this Black Series style carbon fiber front lip on the W204 facelift. It's kind of like an outer skin that goes around the bottom of the bumper. I just used some self-tapping screws to install it, and it went on pretty seamlessly. There's also a second type of very common front lip for the W204, and that is the Vorsteiner style one. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of this lip only because it brings down the front of the car very low, about 2-3 inches from the bottom, and my car is on Lowering Springs, we'll talk about in a second. So having a front lip that goes down that low would be pretty painful getting even out of my driveway. So didn't want to deal with that, but that is also a very common option. The pre-facelift does have some very common front lips as well. I just kind of like this one because it's kind of the most low-key, kind of goes with the design the most in my opinion. And it is very sort of subtle, and I think OEM Plus is the right way of putting it. The second thing I'm going to talk about are dechroming certain things and various black accents and whatnot. So even the 507s, if you guys don't know, the 507s do have a lot of stuff blacked out from factory. For example, the outer grille surround is blacked out from factory. The fog light daytime running lights are actually blacked out from factory, the outer part. And also the side mirror caps are blacked out from factory. Now, I personally do quite like that look. However, the W204 facelift and pre-facelift don't actually have a lot of that blacked out. Now, I think pretty much every spec facelift can benefit from blacking out the daytime running lights surrounds, and that's kind of a good thing to do. Now, this kind of depends if you want to do more of a classy spec or a more aggressive spec. I say for the aggressive specs, you can black out this grille surround over here as well as the grille fins. Now, I personally don't like when people black out the star on the grille. I think that's pretty cool to leave chrome, so I do that. I'll put a spec here. My buddy 62 Not 63 on Instagram, he has a very classy spec W204 C63 facelift. His car basically looks very much like mine up front, except he has the chrome grille surrounds. He left those in place because it is more of a classy look. He also left all of the side pieces in chrome instead of blocking them out like I have on my car. With the 507, I thought it was more appropriate to black out a lot of the chrome stuff, so I did, including the badging out back. Now, I think this kind of only works if your car is a lighter color like mine, or not black, essentially, not a super dark color. I think it looks kind of silly if you black out the badges on a black car. That's just my opinion. You know, no shame if you guys do that. If you guys like that, that's just my take. As you can see, I blacked out the badges back there. The best way of doing this is buying new badges from factory, painting them black on the piece of the sticker sheet they come on, and then reinstalling them after putting some tape around the stock badges before removing them. The reason you can't reuse your badges if you do this is because the adhesive gets ruined whenever you take the old badges off, and you want that perfect shape, you want that perfect level, so you kind of want to get new badges. I have not blacked out the side badge, the 6.3 AMG badge, because it does have a black sort of line below it, and if you black out the badge, in my opinion, it looks kind of weird. So I did leave that chrome. I kind of figured there's some chrome up front in the headlights and with the star anyway, so it kind of does work out. Something else that's also different up here is I have the W205 mid-cycle update front hood star. So sometime in 2017, I want to say, they changed out the hood star from the blue surround with the chrome insert to actually an all-black badge with chrome lettering. I've actually put in the SLS as well. And W205 actually used the exact same part number as the W204. So it's really as simple as pinching some 2 clips under the hood, popping the old badge out, and putting new one in. And that's a very simple, very cool OEM Plus upgrade to do. Also, something to think about doing are the side markers if you're in the US. So if you're in a market that has the orange side markers over here, they're pretty ugly in my opinion, they don't really fit in. What I did initially was I actually have them smoked. I put some vinyl over the orange. It looked pretty good. It looked pretty good for a while. Then I was on eBay the other day, not the other day, well, a couple years ago, and I found these. So these look gray on the outside, but they light up white. They actually make 2 different versions. There's one that light up white like this, and there's also going to light up orange. I've had both. I ended up going with the white ones because they match the headlights pretty well, and I like that a lot. And that's also something else you can do up front. Moving to the rear of the car, there's also a lot more carbon you can do back here. So something I actually don't have on my car that Suvneer sells, which I plan on getting in the future, are some carbon fiber diffuser extensions that kind of go along the rear half of the bumper. kind of makes the car look a little bit wider, kind of widens the stance a little bit. I think it looks kind of nice, especially because W204s don't have widened rear fenders on the AMGs for whatever reason, unlike the M3s and stuff like that, which is kind of disappointing, but you know, this is something that helps that a little bit. Something else you can do is a carbon fiber high kick spoiler. There are several carbon fiber options. I just think, in my opinion, the best OEM plus look is this sort of high kick spoiler. I do know the P31 cars that have a carbon fiber spoiler from factory, but it's kind of subtle. I do prefer this higher kick one. It kind of really goes well with the black badges I had going on as well. You can see I've de-chromed that license plate strip as well, just below the badges. And then of course down below we have the carbon fiber diffuser. Now there are also a lot of options here. There's a big fin one, there's a F1 style with a little rain light in the middle. Now I don't really like those too much because I think they look a bit too aggressive over factory. So I kind of went with this mid-fin one from Suvneer. A little bit more aggressive than the stock plastic fins, but they go down a little bit further, but not too much where it's ungainly. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a nice touch in my opinion. I think overall these two carbon fiber pieces really do shape up the rear end of this car. Something else you can see back here is I've also done a black strip of vinyl over the rear taillights over here. You could buy this pre-cut on eBay for a while. I'm not sure if the seller is still making them, but it's as simple as getting some film off of Amazon, just some taillight tint or just light tint in general, and cutting it to size. And it looks kind of aggressive in my opinion. I think it really looks well, looks good with the black badges, the carbon fiber stuff, and overall my paint color just suits the car really well in my opinion. So that's actually pretty much all I've done, carbon fiber and blacking out / dechroming on the car. It's all pretty much left alone aside from that. But you can see that, you know, small touches here and there do kind of make a big difference in the grand scheme of things, like the way the black badges and the carbon fiber spoiler and diffuser kind of add together and make the car look more aggressive as a whole, yet not too much. And in the front, how blacking out just the fins and just this stuff, the outer grille surround and the fog light surrounds really do kind of make it more look more aggressive in general, but not too much. You can still tell it's pretty near factory specification and nothing is too modified. Now I want to talk about the suspension mods I've done. So I really do like the wheels in this car. The 507 wheels are fantastic in my opinion. They do come in satin black or a more of a polished aluminum finish. Now my car did have the satin black option with the diamond cut ring around them. I'll put a picture right here to show you guys what they look like. Now in my case, when I got the car, the wheels were a bit curved and stuff and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And I wasn't really a huge fan of that diamond cut lip, so I actually had them completely refinished in gloss black. Now a lot of people don't like gloss black wheels, and to be honest, they're kind of going out of fashion right now. But back when I got this car, back when we were doing this stuff, it was kind of a thing to do and it matched the car originally. And I do like the gloss black because it matches the other gloss black accents on the 507s, like the grille surrounds and what we've already talked about, mirror caps and hood vents and all that stuff. So I personally thought it was more appropriate to have gloss black. Something else I've done to make the car look a bit more aggressive with these stock wheels is I put 10mm wider tires all around. So in the front I have 245 section Motorsport forces as opposed to 235, and in the rear I have 265 as opposed to 255. And of course, Motorsport 4s are great tires, if you guys know, and that actually does help with performance a little bit as well. In addition to tires and the wheel color, I've also dropped the car a little bit on H&R Lowering Springs. Now, you can do a ton of things to lower the car. You can do coilovers, you can do other types of lowering springs, you can do hardcore coilovers, you can do something a little less aggressive. Personally, I don't want to ruin the ride of the car, and it was a daily driver for a long time, and it is a road trip car. So I think for me personally, just doing H&R Springs was the best option. I think someday I'm going to use these current springs and pair them with something like Bilstein shocks or maybe Coney yellows. We'll see what comes up in the future, but for now that's what I've got. And I've also got 12mm spacers all the way around, so on all four corners I've got 12mm spacers plus the H&R springs, and the combination of those two things gives it a really nice stance and it looks really good for a stock wheel setup pretty much. But yeah, the car looks really good, sits really nicely. There's almost no gap between the fenders and the tire, which is great, and I have no rubbing. Now I did have a little bit of rubbing when I first got this set up in the rear. All it took was trimming maybe a square centimeter of fender liner, and that was all it took. And even with 4 people in the car, it doesn't rub anymore. So that's a bit of a gamble, but you know, I kind of was going for that really clean and nice fitment look, but being functional at the same time. And through canyon roads as well, there's no rubbing now, so I think it's pretty much perfect. Also, speaking of the wheels, I've done a Motorsport hardware lug stud conversion over the lug bolts. Now, when you get spacers and stuff like that, you need to buy extended bolts to accommodate for the extra space. Basically, you're decreasing your offset, right? So instead of just getting extended bolts, something that's kind of cool to do, which also makes working on the car a lot easier, is getting the lug bolts and doing a conversion. because by doing that, you no longer need to play around with lug bolt size. As long as your stud is long enough, and as long as the nut gets on there enough, you're going to be totally fine with whatever spacers you run. Now, also a benefit to this is taking the wheels off and putting it back on is so much easier because the wheels perfectly line up, and there's no hassling with trying to balance a wheel and trying to put in a lug bolt. So that's a great thing to do as well. Another plus of lug bolts, of course, is that they look really sick in my opinion. They look kind of track focused, they look kind of cool. So they have a functional purpose and an aesthetic purpose in my opinion. So as you can see, although I only have stock wheels, combined with being lowered a little bit with spacers, with a slightly different color and wider tires, it really makes the wheel and tire package look a lot nicer on this car, and it's still pretty factory, which I do quite like. Also guys, just wanted to mention I will be leaving links to all these parts I'm mentioning in the description below. For the carbon fiber stuff, you'll be looking at Suvneer's website. Suvneer is a great company with great quality products. Their customer service is unbeatable, and they'll be sure to help you out if something goes wrong with your product in the unfortunate event that it does, which it happens sometimes. And for the more suspension stuff, like the spacers or the lowering springs and stuff like that, I'll be linking you guys to GermanMuscle.com. They are a great company, owned by my buddy of mine, and he will make sure you guys are treated well. And yeah. Well guys, that wraps up this video on the C63 cosmetic mods, my kind of favorite OEM plus things you can do to the car. Definitely favorite kind of video for this channel. If it's your first video you're watching, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do mostly DIY type stuff for these cars, along with some BMW stuff as well. But I'm definitely planning on making more videos kind of like this, that are kind of more interesting for people not just trying to do DIY stuff on their car. Hopefully this video was enjoyable for you guys, and peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.